Hi everyone, welcome back to Eyes on Prize and welcome back to part 2 of Signs of Witchcraft. And I want to share, the last time I shared 5 signs, so I want to share 4 signs today. It's like sometimes when the signs are in front of us, we're not noticing what it really is. And I remember this particular one. I have a lot of rabbits in my backyard. And I remember over a period of time, I would go outside and I would see a slaughter rabbit in my backyard. When I say slaughter, half of it will be gone and just part of it left back, and it would be bloody. Sometime I will get up and go outside, it will be on my back porch, just a rabbit just slaughter. And I'm like, how did this happen? Because I don't have a dog or a cat living at my house, and I will always go out and see this bloody fresh rabbit in my backyard. And I was like, sometimes I don't even want to touch it, but I have to get it out of my yard. And that was one of the first signs that I noticed, dead rabbits in my backyard. And those seemed like it was my personal rabbit that was living in my backyard was slaughtered, but I don't know what was slaughtering it. That was one sign. Another sign I remember was a lot of ants. It started out was with those big red ants, and I always ignored things, and I'm like, okay, I treated the big red ants. And then I noticed that one day I was in my house and there was a whole lot of ants inside my house. And I'm like, why is ants in my house? I don't have food left in my house. I take trash out, the garbage out every day. There shouldn't be trash, and I don't eat in the area where I was seeing all the ants just marching on. And I got rid of that. Then I noticed that I saw flying ants, and I didn't know that flying ants, someone told me that flying ants is actually a form of termite, and I didn't know. And then after that, I had termite infestation on my property. I remember I went to my bed and I dreamt that all my shoe in my house, every last one of my shoe in my house, had ants on it all over my shoe in my dream. And I was like, why is ants all over? Every size, every ant you can think of was on my shoe, just like in it, all around it. And in the dream, I burnt it. I burned the whole shoes with the ants. And I got up and I said, God, what are you showing me? What are you trying to show me? What am I missing? And it still happened that I went outside. And I went outside and I cut this pine tree down like 2 years ago. And I look up and I noticed the bark of the pine on the pine tree is just separated from the tree. And I went out and I just went and just opened it. And that's when I saw whole termite infestation in the tree. You could see the white ones, and it was just a whole infestation. The tree basically was nearly eaten down in 2 years. And those, remember now, they were in my house, but somehow it did not do anything in my house, but it did a number outside and on my deck. And I still didn't pay it any mind, but I'm like, I wasn't that dumb enough to think that something is not wrong, because I'm like, for God to show me my whole shoe infested with ants, that's how my eyes start opening, like, okay, there's more to it. Thirdly, I remember I was in one of my bedroom and I was like praying and thinking and brainstorming, talking to God. This was about 1:30 in the morning, and when I looked at the window, 1:30 in the morning, there was a toad on my window. I have never seen a frog or a toad on my property ever since I'm living here. And that morning, while I was praying and having conversation with me and God, I looked at my window and there was this big toad the window. I know they can climb, but it was just one toad. And I noticed that, and I'm like, okay. So it's like there's just a whole lot happen that I start realizing, no, something is wrong. The fourth one is this: crickets. Have you ever heard crickets all over, and people just take that lightly? Seen cricket? Don't take cricket lightly. I would be in my house, and this was going on for a minute now, and the cricket would be in the walls, and I'm wondering, why is there a cricket making sound? And it would be a certain particular time of the day or the night they just start making that sound. And I keep wondering, how did they get into the wall in the first place? And then there will be, I'll see them inside the house too, and I'm like, okay. And the more you kill, the more you see. And I didn't understand how or why there was cricket. And it was more where I was dealing with business. That's where I see most of the, hear the cricket sound in my house, is the place that I was doing more business in. And that's how I had to realize that it was more going on than what I think. So I'm sharing these signs to y'all. So if you see them, don't take them lightly. That just a sign that someone is working witchcraft or black magic on you. And sometimes we think to ourselves and trying to figure out who the person is or why would they do it. Don't question or trying to figure it out. Just go in prayer. Remember I said in part 1 that I did a 3-day fast without food or water. That's how God canceled out everything that was sent to me the whole time that was oppressing me and trying to depress me and trying to take away every dime. And just like, it's like you know how you will get up and have no energy too? It's like they were like an energy vampire, just sucking the life out of you. You ever been around somebody and as soon as they leave you have a headache? It's just like, and you just feel weak and you just want to lay down. Watch for signs like those. They are telltale sign of something is going on wrong in your life, okay? So I just wanted to share those last signs of how to know if someone is working on you. All right, so those who are joining me for the first time, I appreciate you finding this channel. Remember to like, to share, to subscribe to this channel. Remember to comment. Let me know what you think about what I've said. And if you have something else, input of something you want to share, please go ahead and do so. I appreciate that also too. Till next time, I bless you in the name of Jesus, and peace be with you. Bye.